Hey everyone, just a little update and minor tool haul. I grabbed a guitar cable, Diodario 10 feet. Nice cables, really good guitar cables, super soft, never had a problem with them. And the place I buy them from, Stang Guitars, I don't know if they have them local to you, they are a franchise. I highly recommend them if you're a guitar player. They have all sorts of awesome stuff. And their cords are guaranteed for life, no receipt. If they have your name on file, just bring it back in if it ever shorts up and they'll just pluck you a new one right off the shelf and give it to you. So, good stuff. Thumbs up to Stang Guitars. Another thing I picked up was one of these because the flexi nozzle in one of my jerry cans went bad, and all they have are these stupid new ones, which I don't like, but it was $4 on sale. Another thing I bought, well, first I'll get to that in a minute. I bought a 19-piece path-through socket set. I haven't really needed one. I've had times when they could come in handy, but it was $20 on sale. So I figured, what the hell, you know the old saying, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. First thing we do is get rid of this god-awful Power Fist labeling crap. Yeah, I'll just read this to you. Socket size is 10, 3/8, 11 millimeter, 7/16, 13 millimeter, ½ inch, 14 millimeter, 9/16, 16 millimeter, 5/8, 17 millimeter, 11/16, and 19 millimeter, 3/4 inch. And has bit sizes, number 2s and number 3 Phillips, slotted 4 and 5, square 2 and 3, hex 4, 5, and 6 millimeter, and it has a ratchet adapter. Like, I've got a million bits. I'm sure most of you guys do. Everything you have pads them with these bit sets, so that doesn't really matter. The hex on this is a 19 millimeter or 3/4, and this directional switch. Plus, you can lock it so it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, you can lock in the middle anyway. Came with a little plug drive adapter for a 3/8 drive. Pops in. It has a little ball detent to hold it in there, and on this side it has a little holder for the bits, if you want to use them. If you want to use the world's largest bit driver. I doubt I'll ever use that part, and I have plenty of ratchets, but hey, why not? Pop that out of there. Back in there. Yeah, they're spline drives, so they work with metric and SAE. Let's see. And they also, each socket has its own ball detent too, which I like, so you can use them with a regular ratchet for lower clearance area. This is a 3/4 inch. Locks right in. And works, of course, on a 19 millimeter. Slightly snugger on the 19. So, very handy. And they're all the same, so you're not swapping different sizes. Like even the small one, the 10 millimeter, is still a 3/4 or 19 drive. Yeah, that was $20. This Power Fist brand, which Princess Auto, I'm sure Harbor Freight in the US has the same thing, or I don't know, Northern Supply, Tractor Supply, wherever else you guys shop in the States for cheap tools, they probably have the exact same thing. And a neat little blow molded case. Not a bad case, actually. I like that it has a pinned hinge rather than just a plastic thing that's going to wear out and snap. I wish they all did that. It's funny how the cheap ones do. Another thing I got was this 2-piece flexible extension set. I already had the 3/8 drive one. Came with my Husky set. But I wanted the 1/4 inch because when I was doing a fan motor, I had to rig together this, which is a 1/4 inch universal 1/4 inch socket. Phillips bit with a piece of tape wrapped around it, shoved in there to hold it in place. 4-inch, 1/4 inch drive extension, and a 1/4 inch palm ratchet. So I thought what I might be able to get away with, rather than all this hullabaloo, was simply this. Jesus Christ, that's a stiff ball. But I don't know if it will, because it's not terribly flexible. I'm sure it's handy for some things, but I don't think it'll work for what I intended it to do. I need quite a bit of flex, like that. It's the inside screw on the fan is right up against the inner firewall there. Yeah, that's that. And I did get the blower motor. It comes without the connector connected, of course, as they always do, and gives you instructions. These instructions are hilarious. I don't know how you can read that. It says, you know, rotation of the existing motor can be determined by looking at the open end of the blower wheel. Yeah, easy enough. They slant that way, so it rotates this way, right? And so rotation of the replacement motor can be determined by the label and color of the leads. Yes, so you have to put the leads, had to shove into this plug. And they show you black positive, orange positive. Well, that's nice, but which side do they go into on this? There's no explanation whatsoever. I just picked up a couple test leads to the connector on the car and figured it out, but it's kind of stupid. Tested it out before I go shoving it in there, because it is a pain in the ass to get in. Everything works great. I'm glad it wasn't the resistor. The motor's awesome. 50 bucks Canadian. If you're in Canada, check out Parts King. Awesome parts. Same parts everyone else sells, usually about 20% cheaper. And another thing I got that I need to install is a little adapter for it. Purge valve. Why these things are 40 bucks, I don't know. But yeah, it's the purge valve it's for the fuel system. If you find your car is having a hard time starting after you fill it with gas, or won't start or stay running after you fill it with gas, possibly the reason, especially if it's a Hyundai. So yeah, hopefully this isn't too difficult to swap. I'll have to check it out. But there we go. That was that. So that was like a $40 part 50, a $90 day for parts, another 60 bucks for junk, and then I'm over here checking out the Miata MX-5 here. The battery, went to move it last night, and or my wife went to move it, I should say. I rarely ever get to drive this thing. And the battery light was on, the charging light. It doesn't have a gauge, it just has an idiot light. So I looked in the window of the battery and it wasn't green. So I'm putting a charger on it, then I'll do a load test on it once it's charged and see what's what. It shouldn't be the battery, that's a new battery, but the alternator is also new. Last year I replaced it. So that doesn't mean anything. Both could be dead. So I'll update you guys on that. And well, that's about it, I think. Drinking my ever-present root beer, A&W root beer. Cheers. Another thing I got yesterday was one of these plates for doors that close or open outside. Covers the lock so someone can't just stick a credit card in and open it or hook it with a knife. I want to install that on the shed. So I don't know if I'll do a video on that or not. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Now I gotta go put that stupid blower motor in and the purge valve. Have a great day.